I want to say about the fourth or fifth round. Fourth or fifth round, we really had the measure of him. We knew he couldn't deal with our boxing ability, the lateral movement. He wanted to get close. He wanted to make the fight rough and tough. We could have stayed there if we wanted to. It just made it much more easier by just being able to make the necessary adjustments, turn them, create angles, keep his hands real tight. I want to say about the fourth or fifth round. Fourth or fifth round, we really had the measure of him. We knew he couldn't deal with our boxing ability, the lateral movement. He wanted to get close. He wanted to make the fight rough and tough. We could have stayed there if we wanted to. It just made it much more easier by just being able to make the necessary adjustments, turn them, create angles. He wanted to keep his hands real tight, so we kept sweeping our left hand around the glove at his ear. So, thank you. No, this one ain't mine. That's not mine. Nah, it's a rock.
So was it your plan to come out? You seem to come out fast each round.
Yeah. You always want to win the beginning and the last part of the round, no matter what the situation is. The beginning and the last part of the round is the most important. So we came out really fast in the beginning, then we picked it up real strong in the end.
How much was your experience a factor in wearing him down?
It was a big factor. It was a big factor. The fact that we was able to make the necessary adjustments, that plays dividend. You know, he wanted to be able to stand in the middle of the ring and have a shootout and stuff like that. Boxing is to hit and not get hit. You know, we wanted to create keep the stick in his face. We wanted to turn him. If he did get close, like I say, you have to be strategic. We slid in, we smothered him, we tied him up, we reset, back to the middle of the ring. Now let's get back past this jab. You got to get back past my stick and get back past my hand speed at that point.
Now this is over. What's next?
Unification. If we can't get a unification, we plan on moving up in weight.
Did he hurt you any?
Not at all.
What happened during those slippages?
During the slippage, I was sliding inside, and a lot of times fighters tend to want to put their weight on you. If you slide in, they'll put their weight on the top of or I guess on the top of your head and push you down. It makes more sense not to fight and not just go ahead and take a knee, let the referee break it and reset it. Once again, that's strategic.
He said he thought he hit you and you went down.
Not at all.
I've noticed that he tried to corner you a lot on the ring, and you were working to kind of get out of that corner. So what was that strategy that you were using to make sure to stay from out of the corner?
I mean, like I say, if he couldn't do anything in the middle of the ring. He couldn't get past my boxing ability, the jabs, my hand speed. It was offsetting him tremendously. He couldn't get past it. He kept wanting to stutter whenever I did put the jab in his face, 2 or 3 jabs. He couldn't get past it. Like I said, I hurt my jab hand in the third one. I want to say the third or maybe the fourth round. He still had to use it anyway. He couldn't get past it. We had to make it happen, up and down with the stick, and then we made the necessary adjustments on top of that.
What was the adjustment that you actually made around the 4th, 5th round? Because it seemed like you were fighting lower, and he was having trouble following you around.
You're absolutely correct. We wanted to change the dynamics of our body positioning when we were fighting, based upon the fact that it's about physics. It's physics, you know. Because my body is positioned to a certain part of his body, he can only throw certain shots efficiently. You know, and we took that away from him. Once again, that goes back into the boxing IQ.
What'd you do to hurt your hand? Did you hit
I think I landed a shot on the top of his head. I want to say on the side of his head, maybe by his temple. And it definitely hurt. But we warriors, we had to push through it.
Is the same hand situation you had before?
Say it again?
Are these the same hand situation you had in the
I mean, I've been punching people in the face my entire career. So I mean, it's a lot of wear and tear on them, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. The fact that we don't compete very often gives us the ability to be able to preserve our body and be able to get through these fights the way
What
that
did
we get
Pop
through
say
them.
during the rounds, between rounds?
Stay focused. He can't get past your jab. Maintain control. Know how to slow the pace down. He wanted to come in and rush. A lot of times, even though my jab hand was hurt, we wanted to stiffen our jab up instead of just shooting it fast. We were shooting our jab extremely hard, you know, upstairs and downstairs to the body to slow the pace down. That was one of the main things that we was pretty much discussing, making sure that we shot our left hand around his guard at his ear. You know, it kind of knocks off the equilibrium. He needed to plant. He needed to be able to actually plant to be efficient. We wouldn't give him the opportunity to do that.
Do you feel you had him hurt at any time?
Of
It
course.
seemed like in round 2 you kind of jumped on him. And
That's the
the crowd
round.
got excited.
That's probably when I hurt my hand.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. It comes with the territory.
What did he say to you after the fight?
He said thank you for giving him an opportunity to compete for a world title, and I don't. It's funny because I actually been practicing them in the process. We had a lot of spawn partners and stuff like that. I don't like the fact that we are, what's the word that I'm looking for? We're divided based upon the fact of the language barrier, you know, when it comes to other cultures, you know. So I've been kind of working at it. I've been working at it. So I want to say to my fans, please forgive me as my pronunciation is a little off, but I definitely want to say to my fans, yo quiero, agradezco. I'm gonna start over because I want to make sure I get it right. Yo quiero agradecer a todos mis fans latinos por el apoyo. So please, thank y'all for supporting me. And man, we moving.
Is that what you said?
We moving.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to thank, you know, my Latino fans, you know, for all the support that, you know, they gave me.
2 more questions, guys.
Thank you.
Garrett, what does this fight, the way you had to fight this fight, what message does it send? I mean, you hurt your hand and you won this fight in a grueling fashion. It's a real young guy
Oh, yeah.
who came to take you out. What message does it send to the rest of the division?
Yeah, we hungry, we ready. We still on the top of we still on the top of the food chain. We at the top of our game. We're at the top of the food chain. Any and all comers, we willing to make it happen. This is my 3rd title defense. I've been trying to compete against any of the other world champions. They haven't been in the rush to step in the ring with me. I have to take my hat off to JoJo Diaz because he's a young fighter. And as a world champion, I wouldn't want anything less than a worthy opponent. You know, he was an opponent that was willing to come in there, give it 110%, push himself to his limits. You know, he fell short, but God willing, if he keep pushing, he'll probably end up being a world champion.
Last question.
Now, what was the biggest factor here in this fight? Was it the jab to the body or the constant attack to the body, or was it your movement?
I mean, it was a little bit of both. And, you know, it was a lot of factors. You know, it was the lateral movement, it was the hand speed, it was the jabs, it was the fact that whenever he did get close enough to do anything efficient, we would slide in, we would smother, we would tie him up, we would get back to the center of the ring, the referee would have to break us. Everything was strategic. Once again, in boxing is intellect manifested on the physical form. In most cases, the more intelligent person should win. That's what happened tonight.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Media can go right back this way and up the way you came out, okay?
Shot. I should have did that from the get-go before I could keep him guessing. So, shot. I should have did that from the get-go before I could keep him guessing. So, like I said, it's a learning experience, and I'll be back. I'm only 25 years old. I'm still young in the game, and I'm going to be champ soon.
2 more questions.
What do you think that you hurt him?
Yeah, I had a sense that I hurt him a couple times. There was a couple of effective body shots. He'll hold on, and then he'll get, you know, his energy. But like I said, man, Gary Russell's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a champion. He had conditioning. He was in shape because with other fighters, if I was landing those blows on other fighters, they either would have went down or they would have got broken down. Gary Russell, he was in tremendous shape. He was ready for this fight. Hats off to him.
Now, what was the key factor in there? Was it like the speed, or was it like the timing of his punches? Because he did like get you or catch you a couple times with the body punches midway through the fight, and that kind of like slowed you down a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was just the speed. It wasn't nothing. Not about the timing. It was just his little quick movements. He was utilizing his jab a lot, and then he would throw like a jab to the body, which will stun me a little bit and keep me guessing, and then that's when I had to, like, you know, recoup a little bit and then start my pace again.
We're going to wrap it up, guys. Okay. We're going to wrap it up, guys. Please.
Thank you, guys.
You guys hang tight. Gary will be back down as soon as possible, okay?
Thanks, man. I could do it for the next one.
needed, you know what, for Diaz, he needed a fight.
Well, you know Gary Russell.